Scaling in your business means that you have to promote and promote some more. Reaching a wide audience doesn't have to be a painful process, and we're here to help you. Sign up for your sponsor ad today. You provide the product, service, or event that you would like to promote, and we do the rest. Enter and win a sponsor slot today. It's a win-win. It's cost-effective and meets your need. For more information, email helloaudacitypodcast@gmail.com or simply send us a DM. You're listening to Hello Audacity Podcast, where we highlight audacity in business from startup to multi-level success, finance, health, wealth building, and the journey to self-discovery. The added bonus is that you get to learn from industry leaders and hear victory stories across the nation. Now that's Audacity. I'm your host, lashamariespeaks. Let's get into it. For many Americans, the top goal is to be a homeowner. That's an investment that keeps giving, especially since the prices of rent has increased since the pandemic. So we sit down and partner with our next guest, Tika Pearson, to help us understand how being a homeowner is possible, even when you think you're not ready. And she shares her journey to becoming one of the top real estate agents of Northeast Pennsylvania. We talked to her also about her push to obtain something better, her vision to multiply the gift, and her determination to move forward in excellence. Hey, my good people, fam, cousins. Welcome back to another episode of Hello Audacity Podcast, where we showcase audacity in your business, your life walk, and matters of the heart. I'm your host, lashamariespeaks. If this is your first time tuning in, please click like, share, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. So today, I'm so excited to bring this lovely, thriving, successful woman to the screen today. And I want to call this, and we're going to talk about restoration and resilience. Because when I think about those two words, I think about this individual right here. Hey, Tika, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I do. I've read some, I shouldn't say one. I've been watching you, of course, on Facebook and other platforms, and knowing what you're doing as far as your business and what you're doing in the marketplace as far as real estate. But you're sharing some gems, and we're going to get into some of the not the gems, but the beginning, the things that we have to go through before we receive our purpose. So we're going to get into that in a moment. But first, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, a little bit about you.
Absolutely. My name is Tika Pearson. I am an entrepreneur. I am a licensed realtor here in the state of Pennsylvania. I also am a property manager, and I also run a rent-ready cleaning service.
Awesome. Now, are you getting feedback on your end?
No, I am not.
Okay, good. I'll cut that out. Yeah, that's a lot, honey. So you're busy.
Yes. Also a mom of 5, and I like to call myself a gammy. I have 3 beautiful grandchildren with the 4th one on the way in November.
Oh, wow. So you have 3. I have 2. I'll have my 3rd one in December.
Okay.
Grandchild. I have two kids. So wonderful. Yes, busy. Gamma.
I call it, I say gammy.
Gammy. Okay, gammy. I get it. I love it. It's so funny. I didn't have any titles that I wanted them to call me. I didn't. A lot of people say Mimi and all of that, and I was just like, I don't know. I'm here. I'm just grateful to be here. And I say that because I lost my mother at 4. She was 44, so she only met one of my children. Okay. So just to be here is a blessing. Just to have to be able to see my grandkids is a blessing. So, hey, you can call me a granny if you want to.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about the how we met. So I don't know how we met. However, I do know that, I'm kind of new to the Pensacola. Lord Jesus, where was that coming from? Pennsylvania area. And I connect with a lot of women that are movers and shakers and doing wonderful things in the community. And somehow I got to your page. I don't think we met at an event. Did we?
No,
No,
no.
I don't think so. Just connecting to a lot of affiliates in the area, and then of course connecting with individuals that are here. So I've only been here since May. Yeah, and in Wilkes-Barre. And where are you in the relation to Wilkes-Barre?
I live in Nanticoke.
Okay.
So I'm about 20 minutes outside of Wilkes-Barre.
Okay. And it's so funny because I don't know if it's Wilkes-Barre, Wilkes-Barre. It's so confusing. You say Wilkes-Barre and then somebody corrects you and says Wilkes-Barre. And then you say Barre and somebody says, no, it's Bear. I've lived here my whole life and it's always been I was like, okay.
I am originally from New Jersey. I've been here 11 years. So I believe if you were born and raised here, it's Wilkes-Barre. But if you come to Wilkes-Barre, we call it Wilkes-Barre.
Okay. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm glad to be in the area, and I've been meeting a lot of amazing individuals. So glad to have you on the show. You're my second entrepreneur that I've had in the area, and I'm looking for more individuals out there that are specifically in our area to highlight what they have going on in the community and the service and brands that they represent. So let's talk about these humble beginnings, because there was a point where, we all go through our struggles, but I believe that, when we encounter those, when we learn and we say, you know what, I know that God wants me to have more. He doesn't want me to be in this situation. Can you give some insight about some of the things that you went through before you came to this wonderful individual that's leading today?
Absolutely. It all started back in 2017 when I found myself pregnant with my 5th child, and my husband at the time stood in the kitchen and said, I think we should see other people. I'm like, excuse me? We have, I have 3 daughters from a previous relationship, but between him and I, we had a 1.5-year-old son, and I was 4 months pregnant with our 2nd child. It was in that moment that I knew my marriage was over. In that moment, I knew my marriage was over. So I decided to leave the home, and I sent my 3 daughters to live with their dad in New Jersey. And I went into a women and children's shelter with my son. So I found myself homeless. It was a 30-day women's shelter. I gave myself a limited amount of time. I said, I'm not going to be here long. And they were like, yeah, okay. I was there for 10 days and I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment, me and my son. Tragedy struck and my daughter's father ended up passing away. So I ended up having to bring the 3 girls back with me here to Pennsylvania. Long story short, we transitioned into a bigger place. But at this time, I was working 25 hours in a call center, pregnant with my 5th child, single mom of 5 children. And I couldn't pay the rent. I couldn't pay the car note. I couldn't keep food in the house. And I was crying myself to sleep every single night, begging God, to just begging him for help, for mercy. Some days I didn't want to wake up in the morning because I didn't want to face what lied ahead. And in those times, I realized I didn't want to be a victim anymore. Yeah. So I went through my pregnancy. I gave birth to Brooklyn, who is now a thriving 7-year-old. And in the process of that, I was able to move up a little bit in the company that I was in. They gave me more hours, but it still wasn't enough. I had to call the bank and say, come get the car. I had a 2016 Dodge Caravan because I didn't know if I could pay the rent, if I should pay the rent or pay the car note. If I paid the car note, then we were going to end up living in that car. Mm-hmm. So the bank came and took the car. And a coworker at the time had a $500 car that I couldn't even afford to pay her. So I paid her $100 a week
Okay.
for this car. And during these times is when I just, like I said, I didn't want to be in survival mode anymore. I didn't want to be a victim. So I just did what I needed to do. I excelled in that company. I moved up to sales. I moved up to being an IT business analyst. And then I started to really see a change in my life, and financially anyway. I took on a second job in the mental health field. So at this time, I was working 2 jobs and things started to turn around for me. And it just came with work, prayer, and hard work, because your prayers aren't going to get answered if you don't put the work into. So you have to
Yeah,
work for it.
that's
And
true.
that's what I started doing. And I just started seeing new doors opening for myself. I started believing in myself more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in those times, I made $60,000 for the first time in my whole entire life working 2 jobs. And I said to myself, Tika, you made $60,000 this year, girl. How we gonna make 8 figures?
Right.
What's
Right.
next? And I became a program supervisor. And so I was able to leave one job and focus on just having one job. And
Right.
when I became a program supervisor at a group home.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, I was working a lot of hours. My parents said to me, we have your kids more than you. And that stung because I wanted to be present. I wanted
Right.
to be there for Brooklyn and Carter. And in that moment, I knew something else had to change. So I was like, what's next, Tika?
Yeah.
And someone said to me, you should be a real estate agent. And I said, really? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I started researching. The class was $500. And I said, I can invest $500 into myself. I got to take this chance.
Yeah.
And I went for it. And I got my license. And here I am today. And in the process of getting my license. And once I was a real estate agent for 1 year, I said, okay, I was still working a 9 to 5. And I knew that at that point, I was like, okay, I can't do both. I want to be present in real estate. So I took a chance and I left my 9 to 5 job and I became a full-time real estate agent. And in the
Wow.
process of doing that, I said, okay, what else can I do? Because I know I don't want to go back. I want to keep moving forward. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to cry myself to sleep at night. So I have to maintain these bills.
Yeah.
Even though I was building success in real estate, I was still scared.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared.
Yeah.
What if I can't pay the bills?
Yeah.
So I talked to my husband and I was like, I think I want to do cleaning. I think I want to do a cleaning business. And he's like, go for it. And I talked to a few people and I really wasn't ready, or I didn't think I was ready. And one day I just sent out a text message. I said, hey, I knew a property manager. And I said, hey, I'm starting my own cleaning company. Rent, just doing rentals. And she said, okay, I got a job for you. I said, okay. And I went and I took my daughter with me and we did that job. And then she called again and she goes, I got another job for you. And I'm like, okay. And then I started going to real estate meetups and I started telling other realtors and property managers and anyone that would listen, I do rent ready cleaning. And that's how I got the name to my business. And
Oh.
I'm doing 1 to 2 cleanings a week. I got leads coming in every day. I have a lot of support from my brokerage and other realtors within my firm that are referring clients to me. I am up to managing 10 properties right now. I just negotiated for 2 more. So I'm waiting for that signed contract to come back. I'll be at 12 properties I'll be managing. So
Okay.
things are really looking up.
Awesome. Awesome. That's entire story, it's like a full circle kind of moment, or
Mhm.
you go through things and you say, you know what, this isn't it. And you're on survival mode and that's not it either. So it's like, okay, what is it going to take me to get me past this barely above water? How can I conquer some things for not only me but my children? Because that's basically why we push hard and we go after it, and we lose sleep trying to make sure that our kids are provided for that they possibly can have a better life than even we had. So, most of us have those type of stories where you got to a point where you say, this foolishness, and God don't want me to have this. So, so is awesome. I love stories like that. I mean, I've had my own victory story too. And it just, once you take a chance on you and start believing in yourself, it opens up so many other doors. And you just said you were homeless, and I know I was homeless before, and I happened to stay at a hotel during this point where I was homeless. You went to a shelter, and it's so awesome because recently I found out that you connected, or you were at an event with the individuals that was over the shelter that you stayed at, and then you were able to say, hey, I was there. Look, and this is how far I've come. But your service, your love, your caring gave me not platform, but gave me some kind of hope in the meantime, so that's awesome that you were able to experience that, and they even invited you to speak.
Yes, they did. I have a meeting on Monday actually with one of the social workers there. So me and her are going to go over some things, and I'll be going in to speak to some of the women that are currently at the shelter now. So it all came full circle.
Yes. It's one of the best moments, and it does make you feel good because that way you can give back in your little way to those individuals. There's nothing little about giving back, honey. When we actually volunteer and lend our talent or service, our hearts, trying to build up other people, that is something that is God lit for me. It's like, I'm giving back. I would always say the thing that we want to conquer in our entire life is just making sure that I made a difference in somebody else's life.
Yes.
So that's good. And when I got out of my situation, it was wonderful because I think it was this Christmas before last, I was able to give back. So there were families staying in that hotel, and I paid their rent for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. So it was so for 5 families, I was able to pay their rent, and it made me glow all over, just helping some individuals out during a time of Christmas, and you're in the hotel with your kids. It's stressful already, and that weekly bill for them is a hefty bill to come up with in comparison to rent and all, because it's every week, and there's not a lot of services out there that help the individuals that are living in hotels. So I love volunteering for women's shelters. It's something that we all need to do. Find a cause, and volunteer for sure. All right. So when did you become, what year did you become a real estate agent?
I actually just celebrated 1 year in July. So yes. So awesome. I've been a licensed realtor for a little over a year now. So 2023.
Okay, great. And tell me about the company you're with. Where are they out of? Tell us the name of the company and where you're out of.
Yes, I work under Luxe Homes Real Estate. Our main office is based out of Oliphant, Pennsylvania. I work out of our Kingston location, and it's a wonderful firm to be a part of. They are very involved in community events. Yes. I am always, I was just in the multicultural parade in Wilkes-Barre. We did the Latino festival over the summer. So they have created this atmosphere, for us as agents, where they support us 100%. And they love giving back to the community. They love supporting us with any type of event that we hold near and dear to our heart. So I am fortunate to be a part of the Luxe family.
Awesome, awesome. So you can assist first-time homeowner, someone looking to upgrade to their next level of house. Anyone that's looking about opportunities within the marketplace, as far as you know, trying to find another home for them. Do you do new development as well?
I dabble in a little bit of
Okay.
everything. Mostly what I do is I work with investors who are looking to turn a profit. So most of the time my investors are buying multi-units. So
Okay.
I work with the first time home buyers. I work with renters who are looking to rent if their lease is up and they're, just, or I'm working with a family right now that their landlord is selling their house. So they needed to find a new location immediately. So we just signed a lease on a 3-bedroom for them. So they'll be moving in actually this week.
Okay.
With relocation, I helped a family relocate from New Jersey to here to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I offer a variety of real estate services.
I see. All right. So I love to get resources in front of especially first time homeowners. If there is someone that's looking, they said, and they always put this image in their head of saying, I'm not ready. I can't do this. And I keep telling people, you giving yourself a no before you even reach out to a professional in order to see, okay, what can I do? And if I can't do it now, how can you get me in position so I can be, get this house within the next year or so? So what kind of tips can you give new first time home owners in
Get
starting the process?
start with a good lender. If you don't have one, of course, any real estate agent, if you talk to them and you let them know what you're looking for, they will partner you with a lender, and then that lender will help to get you pre-approved. So you want to get pre-approved. And even if you don't get pre-approved, a great lender is going to stay in contact with you and give you tips on how to get you pre-approved, whether it's working on some things with your credit, whether it's bringing down your debt to ratio, if it's your credit card usage is too high, if you have some things in collections. The right lender will get you pre-approved, whether it's now or a year from now. If you're really serious and you're committed to your home buying journey, get with a good lender.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Especially
so many programs out there too for first time home buyers. And
right.
a good lender will lay that out for you. There's FHA, there's there's FHA loans that will even help you buy a multi-unit where you can live in one side and rent the other side out and generate income. So there's a lots out there for you.
Awesome. Yeah, I know that I always tell people reach out to someone before you say no or not or be scared.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, to make that kind of investment. But hey, you're making an investment in someone else by paying them rent. So, put yourself in a position where you can have land for yourself.
hmm
Um,
And there's
because
down payment assistance programs. Some people say, well, I don't have money for a down payment. Check with your local counties. They have down payment assistance programs that'll help cover your closing costs for you. Some up to $7,000. So there's programs out there.
okay. All right. Yes, you want to team with her if you're looking for a unit for sure. All right. So you got into this real estate business. I know that I've been interested when I was younger. My family does investment in Michigan, and that was one of the ones that stopped me. Is that because the commission checks, I don't know if it's commission whatever, you get so dependent on your 9 to 5, and then it's like, okay, I want to do real estate, but how do I get the bills paid every month if I'm waiting 2 months for a check and stuff? So that was some decisions that you had to make and actually think about the overall goal and I'm glad that you didn't like let fear stop you from going the next step and saying, you know, I have to let go of this 9 to 5 if I'm going to be successful in this industry. And that's what it takes a lot of times is audacity, is a
Yeah.
little a boldness in stepping out to something, you know, that can really change the way your life is, how you're living. So that's a good thing. And so from the real estate, you said, you know what, I got a business I can do, and you dived into rent ready cleaning by Tika.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
that is awesome. So they call you now. Of course, having a family in real estate, I know full well how some of those properties can be left, but you're not getting the destroyed ones, are you? You're getting the ones that's like it's cleaned out. You just need to do the
Yeah.
surface cleaning or a deep scrub, you know, here and there for the yeah. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. So it's rent and ready clean. I get it. Because some of those dwellings, it's amazing how people can really mess up your property.
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even just being in real estate and just going to tour a property, you know, sometimes could be a little scary.
Yeah. I could just imagine.
Yeah.
Just imagine going into other, that's the phobia of mine, is going in other people's property.
That's why I specialize in rent ready cleaning. I don't do private and like live in spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel because I'm a realtor, I know what it's going to take to have a property, what it's going to take to have a property look nice for pictures,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
showings.
Yeah.
So that's why I made this my niche and my expertise. And I'm already connected to property managers and landlords and investors, realtors. So that was my in.
Okay. Gotcha. I know in my mind, I'm a Chip and Joe kind of girl. Magnolia Network. I don't know if you watched it, but in my mind, I'm like, that's my next best life is going to be a real estate investor. So
That
I
is
can
the
have,
next chapter in my journey too, is I want to have my own doors and I want to create my own portfolio.
yeah, yeah. I love the staging. I'm very creative and I love home decor. So, you know,
Okay.
home staging has always been my thing. So it's interesting to kind of put little pieces together to give this kind of broader view of what a space could look like
Mm-hmm.
and how to expand and add different accents and heights, you know, through different materials that make a room look bigger, or you know, something like that. So yes, it's pretty awesome, but it's a lot. It is a lot. I know that you guys work really hard for your clients,
Yeah.
and so most weekends are not your weekends.
No, except for Sundays. I do not work on Sundays.
Yeah, and I totally get it. Now, your speaking events, I know that you have that going. You have that coming up, and we're going to highlight everything on in the below so that people can contact you if they are looking for any kind of service that you may offer, as far as real estate or rent ready cleaning, or to be a speaker on their stage. So can you let the audience know how they can reach you online?
Yes. My social media handles are I'm on Facebook as Shatika Pearson. I am also on Instagram as Tika Pearson Realtor. And you can also find me on TikTok at Tika P42. And my direct phone number, should I leave my phone number?
No, we won't have the
Okay.
direct phone number, but we will highlight the you have the real estate agent's website.
Yes. Yes. Luxe Homes NEPA.
Awesome, awesome. And of course, if your if you're listening to this, you can easily grab all of the information. All the contact information will be below for you to quickly grab it. It has been awesome having you on the show, Tika. Your resilience is absolutely phenomenal, and you really do have a light within you. So I think you just opened one door, and you were brave enough to step in it, and those doors will continue to open, and you can share your story and actually, build your brand even further than what it is. Oh my God, just a year and you're doing so much out there, honey. I'd be like, "Oh, she here, she there, she volunteering here, she got a table set up there." I said, one day I'm gonna pop up on you. I am.
Come on. Listen, I'm going to be doing the giving back. I'm going to be guest speaking for giving back to the community, which is going to be on November 17th. Women Are Power Ladies Brunch. So I will give you that information, and you'll get to come out and hear me speak.
Awesome. I have that information for you guys too. I'm not for sure if that is open to the public or they can give tickets, but I definitely want to be there to support you. I think it'd be awesome. I love women events, empowerment events, or either business summits, anywhere we can be around like-minded individuals. It is where you need to be. But until then, I'm gonna see you soon, girl.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day.
Friends and cousins, it has been real. Thank you for joining us. And of course, every day, walk with audacity. Bye, guys.
Bye.